Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of RageQuitTV. Gonna be casting a game between a Zerg player that I don't know the name, don't even know how this translates, so maybe one of you can help me out. He is going up against Liquid Taeja. It is a TVZ on Shakuras Plateau. They spawn close by air positions, which means this one Overlord will be able to get into Taeja's base relatively early, count the SEVs, check the gas, and know, okay, is it going to be a 2-Rax play, or is it going to be a Hellion opener? However, Taeja, not known for doing either of those, he is known for doing a Reaper expand, at least in the replay pack that Liquid has uploaded. The past few games we casted of him, he did do a Reaper expand, and what that does to the Zerg player is forces them to get gas, because a lot of Zerg players do depend on just Spine Crawlers and Queens to defend against Hellions. Well, Spine Crawlers and Queens don't deal with Reapers too well, especially when you have 2 or 3 of them, as the Reapers can kite the Queens and cause the Zerg to possibly miss an inject, kill a Queen off, or even kill the drones. Why you can't use Spine Crawlers, because they will go down before they get finished building, because Reapers just do insane amount of DPS against buildings. Additionally, that means if a Terran player ends up getting a bunker up by your natural, if you go hatch first, it pretty much means you lose the game, because that is just how strong Reapers and bunkers early game. We do have the Zerg player going out to scout at about 14 supply, so he is going a little bit later. Generally, you do see the Zerg scouting around 12 or 13. He is going to go straight to this watchtower, see if he sees any SCVs moving on out, but Taeja not going to be scouting just yet. Barracks is placed down here to kind of avoid any type of scouting, as this Overlord will not see the one barracks. So the one thing that the Zerg player won't know by just going into this mineral line is if it's a command center first, but as I say that, Taeja is getting the gas, so Zerg players should have a pretty good idea what is coming. Most likely it is going to be Hellions. However, because it is Taeja, it is going to most likely be Reapers. We will see, as the tech lab already has started on this barracks, and the SCV is going to be leaving the base. The drone immediately starts poking and is actually going to be going away. Is he going to go back up and see the barracks with the tech lab on it? It doesn't look like it. He knows the Terran player is spawning in this location. He's like, okay, well, that's enough scouting for me for today, as he probably assumes he knows what is coming because he's happy with seeing that one factory and counting those SCVs yet again. Mule is going down for Taeja as this one base does get up. We do have a spawning pool and an extractor on the way. The pool did come before the extractor, so this is not going to be a fast speedling build. The pool is going to be finished for about a production cycle before the speed can even start. So that does delay the speed by about, I think, 30 seconds if you go with the pool, then the extractor. I'm not 100% positive on the delay, but that does mean these Reapers do have a little bit of time to be annoying and can possibly pick off some Queens and then get to safety before the Speedlings can come out. Of course, Speedlings just demolish Reapers, but until that, Terran does have the map control. Taeja is going to be getting expanded, and the Reaper going straight up to this one base to ensure that it's not going to be like a 7-road rush or anything like that. Going to get the scout on and possibly kill a drone before that Queen comes out. One drone does go down, and now he's going to be trying to pick off the next one. Slowlings do come out, but again, Slowlings don't deal with Reapers too well. And look at all the drones that have been pulled off the line for about probably 20 seconds. Each of those drones mines about 40 minerals per minute, so you can do the math. He lost, I'd estimate, I don't know how much he would lose, but anyways, that is too much math to do in the middle of a cast. But we do have another Reaper coming on now, so that does make 2 from Taeja. And will he continue this production? No, it looks like he is switching up to Marines, getting combat shield, which mainly means he's probably not going to be going on the aggressive route. The combat shield is much better for defense. The stim is much better for putting on pressure. And the Reapers are going to come in, kite this Queen. And why is Combat Shield better for defense and Stim better for aggression? Well, once you Stim your units, they're pretty much dead. And when you're attacking, your units are pretty much dead anyways, because there's no returning home against Speedlings. So, when you attack, you want Stim. If you want to defend against a Zerg player, you Stim all your units, you're going to be weak for the next wave. And they'll be weak until medevacs do come. So the Combat Shields in that case is better. Additionally, you have this wall off, so your Marines aren't taking any damage, so you don't have to get a huge burst DPS to take down everything before it gets up close to you, because you do have a wall. Taeja is going to be muling up, and the thing Taeja is most known for is his impeccable macro. He will actually generally queue up one set of units if he has the money and the time, I guess. Well, Not if he has the time, he always has the time, because when he plays his game, he almost never has an idle building. There's always something building. The second a Marine finishes, another one does start, and right now that is not happening on this one barracks, as I do say that. But Taeja doesn't supply himself and generally has constant production. After this game, I will open up SE2 gears and compare him with a few other 10 players so you can see the difference in Taeja's macro versus other ones, so you can see what makes Taeja who he is. These Reapers are going to be just returning home because the Speedlings are out, going to sit on this one high ground, trying to nade this watchtower as long as possible. The Slings do get a sound on one of them. This Reaper probably killed one extra Ling. It doesn't really matter all that much. The Reapers have served their purpose. We do have Taeja now starting his +1 attack. The stim is on the way, and it looks like it's going to be a stim +1 timing out of Taeja. Does have 3 barracks up, getting the factory, going to be going for a medevac, so he's going to get medevacs out, +1 and stim is all going to finish around the same time, and also only putting 1 Marine in this bunker, and that may be in case Banelings do come. The Banelings come and the Marines, no, never mind, ignore that. Obviously if the Banelings came, blew up the bunker, the Marines would be grouped up right here and also go down instantly. There's no harm in putting them behind. Also, the Zerg player may think you have more Marines than you actually do. Nice overload spread right now from a Zerg player. He is getting a lot of the creep spreading across the map, but Taeja, he is known for giving a Zerg the idea of having map control, and then once the medevacs come out, he immediately yanks that away and does terrible, terrible damage. And I know I'm focusing on Taeja. The main thing is I just know nothing about this Zerg player, so I don't know how he's going to be playing and what his playstyle is going to be. He does go up on these guys really early, which means, yes, he is going to be going for Spire play. And the +1 weapons is going to be finishing in 1 minute. At 10:30, this is going to finish. Mutas generally hit around the 10:30 to 11 minute mark. So Taeja is going to be there right when the mutas come off. He's going to have +1 attack, medevac, stim, combat shields. The Marines are basically going to be upgraded. The mutas are going to be unupgraded. And, well, Marines just tear apart mutas. So mutas are not going to be the thing he wants to defend against this. Does he have a Baneling's Nest? That is what he needs. Yes, he does have a Baneling's Nest. He is not getting Baneling speed, and that could be a little bit troublesome. He does see all these Marines moving across the map with those Lings on the watchtower, so a Zerg player now knows exactly what is up, and we will have Taeja be engaging on the creep as the Zerg player tries to get in position, but these 16 Lings is not going to do anything against the 38 Marines. However, he does have 4 Banelings, 16 more Lings on the way, and going to be getting more and more Banelings now just during that Baneling speed. Taeja moving across the map, splitting his unit so he does not get hit by any Banelings. And what a beautiful split by Taeja. Medevacs are now coming in, and we'll see Taeja move out, throwing down a scan. All his Marines are split, can take out all of those creep tumors. And now here we go, the Zerg putting on pressure, getting us down on some of those Marines. Taeja going to be tugging down those Banelings. Look how quick those Banelings go down. The Marines start backing up into a corner where the Baneling could possibly hit them. They go up in a medevac, and now going to be going on the high ground. Those Lings are not going to get there in time. This overload is going to be falling. And Taeja now unloads all his units. These Lings are trying to decide what they want to do. Marines are going to be moving out. Going to be doing a little bit more damage. Lings are coming. Those Banelings are coming up close. Marines do target fire that one Baneling down. Lifts up in the medevac. Only loses a handful of Marines. And now mutas are out, so these Marines are going to be good as dead. That's the one good thing mutas are good at, is denying medevac play. And Taeja does play, though, TVZ like he is a Zerg himself. Going to be masking with his Marines. Has a very mobile force. He is not known for, like, tank Marine. Of course, he gets a few tanks out, but it's mainly just primarily Marines in generally the games he plays. And it looks like this game, he's going to be playing that as well as he gets another barracks up with a reactor. Going to be taking a 3rd base relatively soon. The Overlord is right here just trying to deny the base as long as he can. Mutas are going to be hopping up into the main, but Taeja always will have Marines back at home, even when he moves out, because he never stops producing out of these barracks. He's going to have something near at home, so it's very hard for Mutas to do any type of counterattack just because Taeja has Marines all around the map at all times. Does he even get up missile turrets? No, mutas are out. Missile turrets, well, who needs those? He can get some at the main where his Marines don't want to be, because if his Marines are up here in this one corner, then his natural is going to be defenseless. And at the same time, going to put his missile turret down here. Doesn't worry about the mineral line because this is where his Marines are. This whole area is protected by Marines. He's going to put the missile turrets where he doesn't want his Marines to be, which is at the edges of his base. And very nice positioning there. That does kind of zone him. And now he's going to put a few missile turrets up by his barracks, because when the Marines come out, they are vulnerable to mutas. His tech labs and reactors are very vulnerable, and taking out those can be relatively huge. If you can snipe like 2 or 3 tech labs, that is a lot less units they can produce. A lot of Banelings being morphed from a Zerg player. Taeja now going to be cutting back, going to get a split off on his Marines, and now the Zerg decides to disengage after the tanks are spotted behind this. Well, he didn't actually see the tanks, but he started getting volleyed down by that shot cannon, and those shot cannons just demolish Banelings. Going to the upgrades, he does get +1 armor, which means he can survive against one more tank volley than he should. Not a bad idea. The armor upgrade definitely beneficial, especially because the attack upgrade doesn't do anything, and Taeja with a handful of Marines down there going to be picking off that one Muta. Muta's going to come in to the main where there is a missile turret. There's going to be another missile turret in the middle line. Marines are now going to have time to get here to defend against this. SCV's trying to appear, but they can't get a surround on it because, well, they kind of formed their own little wall. The one thing I don't like about Taeja is having the engineering bay right here. This does mean that it can be picked off by those Mutas. Mutas are going to come up into this natural, kill off a few SCVs. SCVs are going to be pulling back. Taeja not pulling his Marines back there because they are all at the middle of the map. A majority of them are. He is gearing up to do a little bit of pressure. It is 195 supply to 157. Lings are at 1-1, it looks like, while the Marines are at 1-1 themselves. Scan going down up here, taking out a few tumors, ensuring there is no base there. More Banelings being morphed. This is only Ling Bling. There is no infestors out. He does have +1 flying carapace on to help his Mutas survive. Medevac drop now going to be going off into the main. At the same time, though, these Mutas are doing quite a bit of damage. 30 SCVs have been killed. Taeja making a huge blunder right here. And maybe I ate my words and said Taeja needs those missile turrets there. Does not get the units there. And here we go. A big force is going in. Taeja now dropping his Marines back to where his tanks are going to get a good split on them. He is getting run over right here. But he's got more and more Marines coming in. Nice splitting done. But Taeja looks like he may not have enough. Going to be falling all the way back to his third base. And now his third base is going to be under siege. The SCV's at 45. The drones at 81. 115 supply to 145. But the whole time, this one drop has been going down in this main. And has he killed really anything? He's taken out the Queen, killed a few Overlords. It doesn't look like these Marines have really done all that much. Only 2 drones dead. And Taeja is in a sticky situation as the Zerg is at 81 drones. Taeja is at 36 SCVs. Taeja does have his 3 weapons on the way. Those Lings are only at +1 armor. Don't have anything else, and these Marines can definitely shred anything. There is no stutter stepping required against Banelings when you're at 3 upgrades, and they only have +1 armor. So that's the only thing Taeja has going for him right now, is that upgrade advantage. The Zerg player can be taking even more bases, and now the Flock of Mutas is going to go in and do a little bit more counterattacking. Taeja not putting any more missile turrets going back at home. He is rallying all his Marines across the map, so he won't have any defense against this. He is now just getting a missile turret up at the main. That's immediately going to be going down. The engineering bay, despite being in such a vulnerable spot, the Mutas can just fly right here, pick this off so many times. Finally now just going down. There's no reason that +3 should be on the way. He should have stopped that at +2. And taking out that +3 attack is going to be absolutely huge, as the Marines definitely do need that. Baneling's going to be falling as they do. More tanks get in a nice position. Going in this army supply. It is 76 to 92, so the Zerg player, despite having a huge econ advantage, doesn't really have that big of an army advantage. However, he does have Banelings. We do have another job going off in this main, killing off an Overlord. At the same time, these Mutas just doing so much damage. But as I was saying, the Banelings, if they do hit, they're going to trade army supply very efficiently, and the Zerg player will be able to re-macro while Taeja will not be able to. Overlord's going to be falling, turn that supply upside down. Even more Overlords. No matter how much money you have, you can't produce units if you're supply capped. But the Zerg player killing off all the SCVs. We do have a base trade going off. And base trading Taeja, I don't know. He's not Polt. You have a better chance of base trading against Taeja than you do Polt. But a big attack now going in. Baneling's attacking on the siege tanks. Not effective, but he is killing off all those tanks. And now the Zerg player just has to mass a bunch of Banelings. And then he can do terrible amounts of damage. Taeja not looking so hot. His forces are going down. The Zerg player does defend what Taeja has. What does Taeja have back at home? He is reproducing a lot of Marines at 2-2 upgrades. The Zerg still at 1-1. Lots and lots of Lings are coming in. All he has to do is mass Banelings at this point, because Taeja can no longer really produce those tanks. And as I say that, he is getting 1 at a time. But that tank count's not going to be that high. Ling and Baneling should be able to take out this force. Mules being dropped. It is 35 SCVs to 72 drones. Going back to the worker kill, Taeja has killed 10, but a Zerg player has killed 61. He is coming in with his fucking mutas to do even more damage. Handful of Marines by Taeja just sitting here protecting this one middle line. Mutas are going to come in. Plenty of Marines here. Those mutas do not want to engage. Taeja getting a stim off on quite a few units. The medevacs are going to be really low in energy because of the stims. And now the Marines protecting this one base a little bit too late as there's only 2 SCVs back at the main. His natural, no missile turrets whatsoever. Definitely ballsy play by Taeja. 128 supply to 176. The army supply 87 to 1. What the heck, Taeja? How is his army supply staying even with the Zergs? That is a good question. The Zerg player, though, probably should be transitioning into Infestors, kind of giving up on this Mutalisk play. If there's anything that Idra has taught me, it's that massing Mutalisks will cost for lost games. Because no matter what, if you have mass mutas and they kind of have half-massed Marines, well, the Marines are going to win. Marines just are so good against mutas. We do have the Zerg player getting even more Banelings, but refusing to do any tech switching. He is still at a layer tech. He's kind of got this thought in, like, okay, I've done so much damage to Taeja, I got this game in the bag, but Taeja has enough SCVs to constantly produce these Marines out, and without any tech, the Marines are still going to be effective. This game is not over yet, despite Taeja being in one of the nastiest situations I have seen in a long, long time. Mutas are going to come in, take out, finally take out even, no, he didn't really take out any more SCVs. Still 61 workers killed. Mutas going to come in, pick off the gas. This gas, finally he's killed, does mean less tanks, and now the Mutas are going to be trading against these Marines. Takes all those out. This missile turret going to go down, and Taeja now moving across the map. Does have a Thor out. That Thor only has +1 attack. Mutas are going to be at 2-2, even with the, oh no, not even with the Marines. Marines do manage to get up to 3-2. Taeja with some stutter stepping back, has to do excellent micro on these Marines. Looks like he is doing a relatively good job while the mutas come in, destroy everything. All the Banelings have been picked apart. We only have really mutas against these Marines. There's 17 Banelings, but just Banelings are not going to be good. Taeja is going to be microing back. Those tanks caught a little bit out of position. They do get up in siege. The Banelings are going to attack on the tanks. Not good at all. These mutas are going to be falling. And could we have a case of the Idra right here? Still just massing mutas. 8 more mutas on the way. They are going to be flocking over to this main base, try to kill even more SCVs. And oh my god, a lot more SCVs are going to be falling. Taeja is going to be coming in to the natural base. Not too many units back in here. He's trying to morph Banelings. Will he get enough Banelings up as the mutas have taken out the third base? They're now in a base trading game, I would say, as Taeja no longer mining. Going over this econ tab, you can see Taeja, 0 minerals and 220 gas. So if the Zerg player can defend against this, he will win the game, but he doesn't have any infestors. Now just getting passaging glands. He will be getting infestors at his other bases. Will they be out in time? Banelings come off. They go down before they get up and close to those Marines, thanks to that 3-2 upgrades. His Lings, does he have +2 armor yet? Yes, he does. He is at 2. And I can't even check on those Marines, Lings. They die so ridiculously quick. Few Marines hopping up in the medevac, now going to be dropping. I don't know what that was all about. Taeja wants to take his base down here. Going to be landing his command center because the creep has to dissipate, and his SCVs can long distance mine for the time being. Infestation pit is going to be going down. We have 4 infestors on the way. Will the 4 infestor hit squad be enough to save the Zerg player today? 100 supply to 117. 4 infestor hit squad is on the way out, guys. Are they all going to be grouped together? I don't know. The infestor hit squad may not be grouped up, and that is definitely not good. Marines going to be coming in. Those infestors will probably not take Taeja by surprise. We do see Taeja sending in a small group of Marines, keeping a lot in the back. Doesn't want to get hit by Fungal Growth, and there we go. The 4 infestor hit squad does come out. Fungal Growth going off on this Marines. Mutas going down so quickly. Oh my god, will he have enough Marines to deal with these Mutas? It is so close. The Mutas are going to be so close to taking out these Marines. Marines do go down, but Taeja now mining at this third base long distance, but he is still mining. He will be building more Marines out. The infestation bit has been taken out. The lair still stands, so he can rebuild that infestation bit. The spire is still standing. He can build mutas. He doesn't want to build mutas. He wants to build banelings, but the banelings nest has been taken down. The spawning pool has been taken down as well. The only thing a Zerg player can build is mutas, which is the exact thing that he doesn't want to build. Oh no, he has 26 lings on the way. So the spawning pool is up somewhere. I think it just went up, as I'm pretty sure I clicked on the love and saw no lings. Spawning pool is up, 32 lings on the way. Infestation bit is now being rebuilt. Marines and tanks are here at the third base. He is coming in. Those mutas are going down. Lings and drones pulled off the line. Gonna try to do what they can. There's not many tanks here. Only one tank, so the friendly fire is not gonna be much. The drones, though, taking a lot of hits. The mutas may be just enough to take out these Marines. One medevac does go down. This medevac goes down. There's going to be no more medevacs, no more stimming of Taeja if he wants to keep his units alive. And this game could not get any closer. Infestation bit has finished. Infestors will be on the way. Taeja now getting another base. This base lifting up from the natural, from the main and natural, I think, going all the way down. He didn't have to rebuild his command centers because, well, they flowed on over. Queen at full energy, gonna be falling. Overlord's gonna be taken out. Taeja is pulling one of the sickest comebacks ever. The infestors are not out. One now on the way. He needs those out now. The infestation pit is going to get sniped again. Will he produce another one? No, he won't. One infestor is all he's going to have, and one fungal growth does not kill any Marines, especially with these two medevacs. I misspoke. Medevacs are still coming out. Taeja somehow finding a way to get money. Going into the work account at 31 SCVs, 248 drones. Here we go. It is the final fight. Mutas coming in. Drones coming in. The Marines are doing so much damage. Target firing on those mutas. Not worrying about these drones one bit. Mutas are going to be falling. One last muta. 4 lings streamlining in, but that is not enough. Taeja now going to be taking out the third base. Going to be going up into the fourth base. He doesn't have any HP, and the Zerg player just leaves the game. Oh my god, Taeja pulling one of the sickest comebacks I have ever seen in TVZ. Well, I watch a lot of Idra, so that may not be true. But we definitely do have a case of the Idras right here. And maybe I should say a case of the old Idras, because Idra no longer uses Mutalisks really in TVZ. He loves those infestors after watching Stefano and, well, I would say Destiny, but probably not Destiny. I don't think Idra respects Destiny all that much. Mainly just Stefano convincing him infestors are the way to go. Excellent game by Taeja. And we will go into SC2 gears now, as I did promise. So opening that up, let's make sure I do switch on over. And there we go. And the thing I really want to look at, the APM, you guys can look at it. I'm not going to say too much about it. The things that's going to turn this game is the injects. The Zerg player finished the game in 31 seconds. That's really good, actually. Going to 10 minutes. Let's see. 6 seconds? I mean, he is looking like a top-level Zerg. I can't see the ranks, unfortunately. This may have, I don't know. Maybe this was a custom game. This wasn't a Rage Quit. I have no idea. Can I see if this is ladder? Asia. I'm pretty sure it says custom somewhere. Oh well, we won't worry about it too much. It's probably a ladder game. No spectators. So, 6.2 seconds average going into the end of the game, 31 seconds. Pretty good. But here's where Taeja does shine. So, let's take away the Zerg for a minute. This is a 15 granularity. And you can look at Taeja's gaps. That is flawless. Let's see. This is Polt. Unit tiers. That's a 24. Polt against Moro. He has a few gaps at 20. Let's go to 15. You can see Polt. He has a lot of gaps, and this is because Polt never queues, really. It's so rare that Polt queues, and when you go on a 15-second granularity, the only way you can really not have gaps is if you start queuing up your units and have them produce literally one after the other. So, let's see, 9, 10, 6. Go into Taeja. So, definitely impeccable macro by Taeja. Let's see, is there anything else we can look at by Taeja? Let's look at 1 second. Okay, that doesn't tell us anything. 5 seconds? Even at like a 5-second granularity, there are times when all his barracks do pump. which is incredibly impressive. So, if you are below Masters League and you are a 10 player, you have a 30-minute game, and your SC2 gears looks like this, you're not below Masters. I would probably go as far to say it is impossible to be below Masters if you have this good of macro. So if you're low level, definitely use SC2 gears. Look at this, and that works if you're a 10 player. For Protoss, a little bit different. Of course, Zerg is different because you have those huge timings when you build units, and then you have those timings when you build actual drones. But when we see a Zerg player not droning, he is never not building any units, which is pretty cool. I guess that is good. When you're not droning, you should always, there's no excuse to not have any gaps. You can see the green. All this green is banelings. All the yellow will be mutas. So we'll change this to a 30 granularity. You can see he never really stops building mutas. And this is definitely probably the thing that cost him the game, depending so much on those mutas when Taeja was going so marine heavy. Resource is spent. No, spending rate will probably be good for both players. So here's Taeja, the blue. You can see he's always constantly spending less because he doesn't have any SCVs, but he was just so gosh darn cost effective. Let's go to the end of this game. 27,000 lost compared to the 47,000 lost. Taeja losing 20,000 less minerals. So let's hop over back to SC2 gears. And okay, I am back at SC2 gears. So we'll go to resources spent. End of the game. Let's see. That's a pretty cool thing. Maybe I'll do that in future cast. So we do have around 30,000 more minerals spent and 12,000, no, 9,000 more, not 9. Yeah, 12,000 more gas. So he definitely spent quite a bit more than Taeja. What else can we look? This won't really be telling us anything, because again, I guess you had 5 fungals, 1 transfuse. Doesn't tell you that much. We can look at how many mutas he built. 148 mutas. That is a lot of money spent in mutas, and definitely delays your tech. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the game. I know I did. Definitely did not see Taeja winning that, and I'm glad I kind of picked up the style of not calling a game over, because this would have been the silly games that I cast when I just look like a complete idiot. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow.